Fantasy Underdogs here. Super special segment. We're talking about my boy, the Savior, the one and only Sam Darnold. This guy, I'm just gonna calm myself down a little bit. I'm gonna start off with an interesting stat. Just a little thing just to start off really nice and subtle is he was the youngest quarterback in NFL history to lead a game-winning drive. Now, to give that a little context, he was also the youngest quarterback to ever start a game, so that gives him a little head leeway for a lot of quarterbacks in that stat. But the big thing when I'm researching Sam Darnold, and I noticed just the amount of positive reviews from all over the NFL was unbelievable. Like him and Baker Mayfield were obviously the top two, but everything was such glowing embellishment like on how good he was. I just, as a Jets fan, I was getting excited. I feel like when I finally have a kid of my own and I'm talking to them about who is the greatest Jet of all time, when I was growing up, it was always Joe Namath because he led them to their one Super Bowl. I feel like when I raise my children, it's going to be, I tell them it was Sam Darnold, that he was the great Jet that finally, after 20 years, put an end to the Tom Brady era. Sorry I got a little loud there, but I think it's finally it. Mark Sanchez, no. Kellen Clemens, no. Chad Pennington, all those losers, no. It starts now. And I think the biggest jump when it comes to accelerated quarterback play is from year 1 to 2. I am super excited for this sophomore campaign. What do you think, Riggio?
Well, that was a lot to take in about your Jets. I think he's going to be good. I think Gase is
just good?
I think he'll be good, yeah.
Be good.
Yeah.
Wow, how measured.
Great.
How like you to be
great.
So
It's
measured.
It's hard to anoint someone great before they've actually done anything. You know, he was very good towards the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, he struggled. But that, obviously is going to happen. The talent on the Jets is not good. You were right. From year 1 to year 2 should be huge differences. They have tons of cap space. They are going to make a splash. Whether it's bringing in Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. I'm thinking maybe a guy like Devin Funchess. The rapport with Robbie Anderson is going to be better. The offensive line they're going to address. He could be really, really good. The only concern I would have with him is his decision making. I feel like the games that I saw, he tended to maybe force throws that weren't there.
Yeah.
But I will say, I do remember the game against the Texans. I'm not sure if you remember that. That was probably one of the best games I've ever seen a rookie quarterback play.
Yeah.
He was making plays with his legs, which I definitely wasn't expecting. He was making throws, timely throws, threading the needle.
Yeah.
His
improvisational skills, I can't speak at all. Those I think is what makes him stand out from the rest. Like, he makes me excited in the sense that, like, you see similar stuff from Pat Mahomes, making those very awkward, off-balance throws from angles that you don't see anyone else do. I think this is ushering the new breed of quarterback where this level of game is based around different players and speed. It's not necessarily like toughness and ground and pound anymore. Everything is through the pass, and I think when you have these different angles and whatnot, it opens up different lanes, and that's how you create success. And your quarterback has to be able to do these certain things. Pat Mahomes, he showed that. No one expected that. They were saying similar things last year. His decision-making, his accuracy, he was a little too risky with the ball. Those are all things they're saying about Darnold now. Now, remember, Pat Mahomes wasn't a rookie this past year. It was his second year. He sat every single game except for Week 17 against the Broncos in 2017. I think there is a similar jump now. The Jets don't have the talent, obviously, in the receiving core and the running game that the Chiefs do, but I think with improvements, they can bridge that gap somewhat, and he will show an amazing talent that he could be and actually be a top 10 quarterback easily next year in fantasy football leagues.
Okay. Do you think that Gase's offense will work well with Darnold?
That's the only thing that I'm a little skeptical on. I think Gase is going to be the big thing that decides how much he accelerates in the next 2-3 years. If he meshes well and he's as much of a quarterback guru as Peyton Manning said he was, which I find tough to believe because the only offensive coordinator that Peyton Manning actually ever had was Peyton Manning.
But so don't forget, Adam Gase also coached Jay Cutler to his best year ever, and
that's true.
Coached Tim Tebow to the playoffs and won a playoff game.
Those are all positives.
You know, and Ryan Tannehill, when he was healthy, he wasn't a bad quarterback. So personally, I think Gase is going to be an incredible mentor for Darnold.
That makes me feel even better. So he's going to be the greatest quarterback of all time.
I wouldn't say greatest of all time.
That's how I feel.
If they're lucky, they'll
make Super Bowl titles for the Jets.
It depends. This offseason will
put it on the board.
This offseason will definitely dictate
happening.
a lot that goes the next couple of years.
Riggio, enough. He is the best quarterback of all time going forward.
Yeah.
All time. So going forward and in the past and of all time. Sam Darnold is going to be the greatest quarterback of all time.
Okay. Well,
remember this on the internet forever. We're past our 5-minute mark. It is over. We are done on the Sam Darnold segment. Thank you guys for listening to the Fantasy Underdogs.